It's on record, babe, not picture. Hi guys, welcome. I know everyone has been waiting. I figured that one of my first videos will be something super easy and just something that a lot of people always ask because my brows always look very, very natural. I guess you could say I'm related to Beyonce or something, I don't know. But, so let's get started. The first thing I do is I usually look at my brows and see how severe it is that I need to do some filling. I use Kabrow from Benefit, which you can find at Sephora, and I use it in shade 6. Sometimes I use shade 5, but for this video I'm going to use shade 6. Next, I use a primer. I've already applied primer prior to recording this video, but you just need a little small pea-sized amount and you brush them through your brows with your fingers. Next, I got this concealer. I went too fast, but the concealer is from a beauty supply. You need a flat concealer brush and a double-ended brow brush, and mine is from Anastasia. So let's get started. First thing you do is you want to brush through your brows and you want to make sure that the hairs are brushed up into the back. Do the same thing for both brows. And because I have a scar in one of my brows that my brother placed there, I usually give that one a little TLC, I guess you can say. So I always start with using the kabrow, and I always start my brows on the end. I never start at the front, being that the first pressure point is always the harshest, and you don't want the front of your brows to be harsh. It's better to, you know, soften a tail of your brow than soften the front, because if you do the front too harsh, let's face it, it's gonna look crazy. So I'm going to use a little mirror to do this video because it's kind of hard trying to look at yourself in the front face part when it's so far away on a little tripod. So now I'm going to continue to fill in the back part of my tail on my brow, and I gently start to diffuse the color straight through, but I never ever fill the front part of my brow with the actual product, especially something as a pomade. It's just way too heavy. And I always just do like a line right below my brow as well, as you notice in the other brow, where it is basically being brushed up with the brush at the very end. So doing the same thing to this brow, I am filling it in the back, and you're going to start filling it in from the back to the front, and as you can see, it gets lighter. I am not perfect, but I just fill them in as light as I can, and I try to get them together, but I do make mistakes, so you're going to see that throughout here. You can make as many mistakes as you can on your eyebrow because the concealer and you brushing through them is going to fix them. The worst thing that you can do is making that mistake of putting a harsh mark in the front of your brows. I said I was going to make, and I made the face too to let you know that I know I made a mistake, but look at that, boom, fixed, done, executed. I'm going to go ahead and touch it up because again, I am a fake perfectionist and I have to make sure that it looks good enough to conceal and seal the deal. Next, I'm using the Gimme Brow in shade number 5. I know that this little lighting that I have on my ring light kind of prevents you from seeing, so I try to get it in there. But basically, this is a brow gel that kind of makes your natural hairs look thicker, and I use this for the front of my brows. It's amazing, especially if you're like me, where your eyebrows are sisters, where they're kind of alike, but they are not twins. So I have to kind of thicken the hair in the front by myself with a product that does that. Now, I don't double dip when it comes to products like this, so I always clean the brushes before I place them back in. I tend to clean every brush before I use it, so that's what you're going to see on this little napkin, so just ignore that. I'm human too, and I don't even care. As long as I know my brushes and stuff are sanitary, it is okay. Then after I clean it, I pop that thing right back in there, so that way it doesn't dry out. And that goes for all products. Make sure you close them when you're done using them. So now I'm going to take a clean brow brush, which is a part of the double-ended brush, and just brush through my brows. And then I probably noticed something that I missed, and I'm probably gonna end up fixing it back up. Look at me, per usual. So I'm just evening out the front part of my brows, making sure that they are even in the front, but not too perfectly even. More like a messy, natural even. So there I go, closing my products. And that actually comes with a brush, but I'm so weird when it comes to brushes, I don't always use that one. Alright, this is the concealer that I bought from a beauty supply. It's a mineral concealer. It was like $2.99. I'll list it below because I really don't know the name of it. However, I put a little bit of that stuff on the back of my hand, and then I use a brush to actually apply it. More precision. I mean, it's gonna be a little, not messy, but it's not gonna be as precise because I'm just going for a just got my brows carved, just got my brows done carved look, basically. So you're gonna put that thing under there. Now the mistake that a lot of people make is that they make one big swipe with the concealer under their brows, and that's not how you should, because if one sudden movement goes wrong, you will destroy that perfect brow you just worked so hard to get. So you want to do short little even swipes like you see me doing. The only time you want to do that swipe is when you know that you're way above the brow. But for the bottom, I never ever recommend that the person goes in one long swipe. You want to make sure that you're doing short swipes. So top is like pew and done. And then the bottom, once I get to it, you're gonna see me do short little even strokes. Look crazy, don't it? It's okay. This is art. Art shall not be judged. Now I'm just using the warmth of my fingers to blend this color down. The thing is, the body creates such amazing heat to blend things down, which is so great. So what I usually do is just blend it down with my finger. I usually pat it, but for this kind of concealer, because I know that my primer sticks very, very well, I'm just using my finger to go ahead and blend it down. And just blend it on, blend it on. And I always do brows first because when you put your foundation and everything on, it allows it to just look as natural as possible. Now I'm just using actually setting powder that's more of a bronzy tone. It's actually a bronzing highlighting powder. It's the Wet n Wild one. It is in the more bronzier color. It was the Fergie. I heard that Fergie's at $1 store now, but that's what I use to make them all nice and set and highlighted and glow. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. All the items that were used in this video will be listed below. This is a simple eyebrow technique. Basically filling in basically following your own brow shape, nothing too dramatic. I like my eyebrows very, very natural. I don't like the cray brow because I have a little face, things like that. Anyway, if you have any requests on certain things that you would like to see, let me know. I do, however, use moisturizer. It's my holy grail, but that'll be coming up next. Stay tuned and thanks for watching.